Coaches today are being asked to carry and navigate way more than they've ever been asked to carry before. Students are struggling with more than they've ever been able to struggle with before. We're dealing with mental health issues, suicidal ideation, trauma, social media storms, parent expectations, all of the things. And as a former educator, coach, and athletic director myself, I can appreciate what's expected of us because we were never trained how to handle what's expected of us today. That's why I'm here today, to actually talk about these things, to bring skills, tools, opportunities to support coaches, administrators, and educators to build capacity for what we're actually expected to handle. We're dealing with things like parents who are wanting to talk about playing time, and we've never been asked to talk about that before. Again, we're dealing with feeling unsupported by our community, by our administration, by our parents. So many different things that were never there before that are there now. And when that pressure consistently rises and rises and rises, we don't end up showing up as our best selves. We fall to the level of our training because unfortunately, we weren't trained to handle this. We come into our default patterns. For example, the hero, the victim, the villain. I'll handle it. It always falls on me. I'm just done with this. Sound familiar? Most of us have done this before. The hero is usually the people pleaser, the yes person, the one who takes on everything they possibly can because their value lives in how much they do. The victim, everything's out of their control. It's everybody else's fault. Their fault, his fault, the government's fault, the admin's fault. It's everyone else's fault but mine. And the villain is also out there blaming, right? I'm done with this. I can't handle it. Sharp tone, gonna shut down, not gonna take any feedback. And this just doesn't work in today's culture at all. The interesting part is we don't just play one role. We play all three. And we play all three within 30 seconds, within a week, within a month, within a year. For example, we've all gotten that email from, that parent, that one that just wants to get every single thing every time. Here's how you might play all three in a row. How do I explain this without making this worse? Should I send it in an email? Do I make a phone call? Then you roll right into, how can they not see everything that I'm doing? How is this what they think of me? And then immediately roll right into, you know what? I'm done with this. Screw it. I don't care if they like it. Too bad. This is the way I do things. That's how quickly we can roll through all three of these particular roles in the same moment. And again, this is the pattern we fall into if we're not practicing presence, awareness, and opportunity to shift into who we actually want to show up as. These are all forms of victim consciousness. We're all just vying to be the biggest victim in the room. I want to be really clear though. I'm not here to label. I'm not here to call you out. I'm here to make you aware. I'm here to give you an opportunity to see what's possible. These are not character flaws. They are stress responses for expectations that, again, we aren't trained for. The more pressure you feel, the faster you default to one of them. The more reactions, the more survival, the harder it gets. The compassion fatigue and capacity just decrease, and decrease. Some of the things that might trigger you, let's get a little bit more specific. Parents request a meeting about playing time. Ref makes a bad call. We've all been there, right? Admin says, can we talk? And we don't know why. You're coaching tired, under pressure, overworked, and yet still expected to show up for that kid who needs you when you aren't even showing up for your own family the way they need you. Between stimulus and response lies our power and freedom to choose. But it's so often that when that parent calls, when that kid comes in, the opportunity to have power and freedom to choose feels more like there's no room to do any of the above. Again, that's what we're here for. To support you to be able to shift into empowerment. From the hero to the coach that you say you want to be. From the victim to the creator of your reality. And from the villain to the person who can challenge, bump up against boundaries, and really create optimal growth. The coach moves into that holding the boundary, handing back ownership, right? Asking for support where they need it, not just help. The victim starts to name what's in their control, asking for opportunities to step up and say, I've got this. How can I take control? And the challenger, hold the standard, but also be open to feedback and collaboration. These are hallmarks of someone who's moved into the empowerment triangle. You may not be able to catch it in the moment. I realize I can stand here and say, be present, shift, change, choose something different. And you're looking at me like, yeah, F off right now. If it were that simple, that's what I would choose every single day. And I get that. So I want you to be aware. Sometimes it's going to be like getting a chance to watch game film. It's not going to be till hindsight that you realize how it happened, where it happened, and the way it happened. And you may even need to go clean something up and do something about it. But at the very least, you get awareness of, oh, here's how I showed up as the hero, the victim, or the villain. Or it might be like catching a mistake mid-practice, mid-drill, where you realize that slight step you made incorrectly, that slight wrong turn, that tiny little decision that made a huge difference. And in that moment, you can pause and say, hey, wait a minute. I'm gonna back up. I can tell I'm triggered. I'm in the moment. I'm in the triangle, whatever it might be. Let me take a beat. Or you get to the point where it's like game readiness. You've been practicing and practicing and practicing, and now you don't even have to think about it. You can catch it before it even starts to come out. That's emotional regulation in the moment, before the moment. This is what we want to get you to, but I also want to acknowledge that you're in all of these at all times. It's not like you're getting to a point where you're always just game ready, unlike when we train for games. You're going to be in and out of all three. So giving yourself a little bit of grace and opportunity to practice these. One way to practice is called the 90-second rule. Most people don't realize that emotions only live for 90 seconds. I know, some of you just looked at me and went, yeah, right. I've been angry for months. There's no way that's fact, but it is. Neurochemically, an emotion only lives for 90 seconds, meaning from when it's released through the brain and goes through the body, it only exists for 90 seconds. We're the ones that are the meaning-making machine. We're the ones adding the story, looping the story, and causing that emotion to start over and over and over and over again, creating that spiral. So there's an opportunity here to pause, pull back, and do a physical scan. So in those 90 seconds, literally pause, stop yourself, take a deep breath. Maybe you need to literally pull back, walk away from the situation, or maybe just check out for a quick second. And then physical scan. What's actually happening? What's the story I'm telling myself? What's the emotion that's happening right now? And how can I choose a different action in this moment that lets me stand up and show up as the coach that I say I want to be, the administrator I say I am, or the educator who got into this work to begin with? Again, my name is Jen Hardy. I'm the COO and the lead trainer at the Academy of Motivaction. We support coaches, educators, and administrators to build capacity, to come in and learn how to let go of all of these triggers and be able to be in the moment and show up as who we say we are. We help you improve culture, communication, and resiliency through practical tools around communication, mindset, and emotional literacy, so you can rebuild capacity and show up as who you say you are. I hope to hear from you. All of our information is here. We also offer a complimentary 30 to 45-minute session for you and your group in whatever way might be best for you. Thank you for your time.